If I am light, for whom was born out of the womb of my mother inside of Halifax Hospital in Daytona Beach in the state of Florida on January 8th in 1969 at 2:20 in the afternoon, then wouldn't the evidence of my birth be enlightenment? See, if I am light, right, now let's break that down. Light. Okay, something that makes vision possible, the sensation aroused by stimulation of the visual receptors, right? Daylight, dawn, a source of light, a celestial body, and electrical light, right? A color of noticeable likeness, a light or pale color. Sight, spiritual illumination. Now these are all the definition of light. So if I was born light, then I would become enlightenment. See, the evidence of my life should be enlightenment. See, now that's the act or means of enlightening. Right, so enlightening is defined as providing or tending to provide knowledge, understanding, or insight. So now, if I didn't become light in the darkness inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, then how can I claim to be enlightenment inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning? If I would have settled the case for money, then August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning wouldn't be a date that I could disclose in accordance with the Constitution, because I would have settled the case and then the other person would have had constitutional rights. So see, once I had saw that their king who came against my chessboard was out of legal formation, then I put my house in legal order. So I was telling this guy that's an elder of mine, that's why I'm in here testifying, right? Because I was telling him that if Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't give me the opportunity to finance his dream with the Civil Rights Act of 1964, then I wouldn't have been able to afford and provide the lifestyle that I had provided for my family. So now, if I know that I am light and I am in a dark place, then the only time I can then turn on my light is in that dark place. Now, when I come out of that dark place, now I'm giving you evidence of my enlightenment, right? See, I'm saying if I wasn't intelligent enough to journal my journey, right? So let's see, let me show you what I'm saying. See, a daily newspaper. So see, every morning I get up and I give you the daily bread. See what I'm saying? I feed you my knowledge daily. Now, if you don't look at the testimonies, plus you didn't go into court, then how do you know I was light, born out of the womb of my mother, for whom name is Queen Dolores Yvonne Rackard Castle, in Halifax Hospital in Daytona Beach, Florida, on January 8th in 1969 at 2:20 in the afternoon, if I didn't write my testimony, right? Because once they throw me out of court, then if I couldn't read or write, because they denied me the right to read and write through the law, then wouldn't that be a weapon that was formed against me that would have prospered? But because I was born in a generation where education was afforded to me, I can then afford to use that education in self-defense. But now, my own elders who afforded me that opportunity to give my children and their grandchildren an opportunity is the ones that's telling me the same thing Dr. Martin Luther King said that they told him. And this is what I'm telling them now. I'm saying, man, y'all still saying we all right when you see the crime being committed. So now, because I am now a journal, right, for whom is defined as a periodical dealing especially with matters of current interest. So see, I am a periodical, right? Now let me show you.
Periodical.
See, that's what I am, a periodical, for whom is defined as a published with a fixed interval between the issues or numbers, published in characteristics of or connected with a periodical. So that's me giving you a day-by-day account of the history that's not being told accurately, because my history is being made inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. So if Noah built the ark and I wrote the lawsuit, why you can't see that your spiritual world is now on trial? So now what I'm gonna do is, because I am enlightenment, I'm going to get 2 Kings 17 of the King James Version, right? And I'm going to give you, well, you know, this is the Hoshea, right? The last king of Israel. This is 1 through 4. And it says, in the 12th year of Ahaz, that's the name, Ahaziah, king of Judea, right? Now that's Judah, began Hoshea, that's Hoshea. So that's how I'm pronouncing it. I could be wrong. Now this is not my testimony, and I'm teaching myself. So see, I don't have nobody, and I looked these up and they didn't pronounce it. See, so I'm gonna show you that when it's pronounced, I'll go get it, and so I'll let you hear it so you'll know. But I'm saying these are the name of kings. And I'm King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. See, I'm saying I had to rise to the level that these men rose to because of the crime of this last king of Israel, Hoshea. See, so that is who I'm dealing with now, that same spirit. See, this is what's saying. And Hosea, the son of Elish. Now this Elah, now however you want to pronounce it, to reign in Samara. That's what it said, S-A Samara, which is A-R-I-A. So over Israel 9 years, right? Now, and he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, but not as the kings of Israel that were before him. So see, the kings that was before him didn't do what he did, and that's why he was the last king of Israel, just like George W. Bush was the last president of the United States of America, because I took the law from him when I informed him and his brother that my constitutional rights was being violated, and they put me in exile. See, and I have been in exile for over what, Obama, Trump, and now Biden. So over 3 presidencies, I have been in exile in the state of Florida as well as the United States of America, inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. And then in the United States of America in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida ever since February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. So see, now then this is 3. Against him came up Shem Man-Shear, right? So now this S-H-A-L, so that's Sheol, and Man, and M-A-N, and Shear, E-S-E-R. So I don't know, I'm probably wrong, but I'm spelling it to you. King of Assyria, right? Now Assyria is a place still. They got a king now. See, this is what I'm telling y'all, like some of these places still exist. See, but, so as and Hoshi became his servant. So now see, this king right here, whose name is spelled S-H-A-L-M-A-N-E-S-E-R, the king of Assyria, right? He then made the last king of Israel his servant. See, this say, and Hoshea, Hoshea, became his servant, and he gave him presents. See what I'm saying? So now, when they came and took my stuff, right, I'm giving you all a gift, see, which is presents. See, I'm giving y'all the evidence of enlightenment, right? It's my truth that I use to educate my children's children's children, right? But what I'm saying is, if I'm born light, then wasn't I born to shine bright as the devil made me have to shine? See, so what I'm saying to the people who are living in poverty, why did you not want me to shine bright enough so you can become enlightened? Why do you want me to shine just beneath your understanding? See, why you want to come to me and make me see it your way if you have never seen it my way? See, if I'm legal enough to go to court, then why don't you come to court and show me your way is a legal way, not a spiritual way? See, because see, look, now this is 4, and the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hoshi, right? Which I found conspiracy in the judges and the government inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. So what make me any different from this king of Assyria if I am the king of Folk Houses Incorporated? But you laughing at me while you reading the Bible to show yourself approved. So you should have became a king once you defeated your king of Israel, if you were Israelite, right? See, but now, see, you are now my property, but you don't want to see me like Shemashir or whatever this name, this king of Assyria, because you don't want to accept that I am King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Folk Houses Incorporated. But I'm saying, if I had to rise to every level that I had to rise to, then how am I not every level that I rose to? If you had to throw me out of court, then how are you in order? If when you threw me out of court, you threw out the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and unbeknownst to me, the Ten Commandments, the Holy Bible, and the Holy Quran, because then when you brought me into your spiritual world, I am now able to go get 2 Kings 17 to show myself approved and show yourself disapproved. See, I'm showing that your king, who was the last king of Israel, would have been my servant if he was the servant of this king of Assyria. Well, why wouldn't he now be my servant and I'm the king of Folk Houses Incorporated? I am the president of Folk Houses Incorporated as well. So wouldn't your president and I, for whom is the president of Folk Houses Incorporated, be peers? He your president and I'm my president. So if he your God, I'm my God. If he your king, I'm my king. See, so I'm not stepping out of who I am. I'm proving that I am who I need to be. But you want to talk to me and I'm saying, hey man, listen, I became the judge inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, after they came against me as the state of Florida, whoever they are. Now, I then built the lawsuit and I separated the citizens of the state of Florida from the elected officials who claim to be the state of Florida in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. And then in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning. And this is when I charged the citizens who is going to aid and abet the elected officials in keeping us in the dark as unindicted co-conspirators. So now when you are sitting here knowingly lying to us, see, I am telling my children and I am telling the next generation that you are the one that's keeping us in darkness. Now, if I am trying to enlighten you and you refuse the knowledge, then the Bible says that I can reject you and your children. So if you read the Bible to show yourself approved, then I'm telling your children that I did not reject y'all. Your parents rejected me, and then they lied to y'all. And see, by me being enlightenment, I'm giving my children the root of their existence. I am telling them that I am the source of their existence. I am their father. And I'm telling them that I put a hedge of protection around them. See what I'm saying? Now, but me being a father, I know that their friends would have been calling me Pop, see, or Mr. Castle, or whatever they would have been calling me. So why wouldn't I look out for them before they know they needed to be looked out for if I was born light? So if I was born light, how could I be dark? Wouldn't I have no choice but to become enlightenment? So wouldn't I now be a New Testament? Because you have made me testify to the light that I am, therefore I am enlightening those that you have in darkness. And now you call yourself an elder without understanding the scriptures. See, the elders are the one that turn against Jesus of Nazareth of Galilee when he was 33 years old. The elders are who turn against Minister Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King when they were 39 years old. See, so when are we elders if we can't even get out of our 30s? See, but you all live to be old. Y'all get to 7 times 70. See, y'all be 70, 80 years old, but you never became light. You are the keys to darkness because we can't even come to y'all and give y'all our light. So see, only light can illuminate light. See, darkness will try to then distort the light because it's dark to begin with. See what I'm saying? So now, then it says, this is 4, and the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hoshea, for he had sent messengers to So, king of Egypt, and brought no presents to the king of Assyria, as he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. See, that's what I did to the last president of the United States of America. See, when he violated his oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, he put me in exile by breaking me, but then I gave him a piece of my mind. See, that's when I took the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, and the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and I drew a legal portrait of his illegal activities. So see, now I have history, right? And it says anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. So now I have George W. Bush saying freedom would be defended on an aircraft carrier, and then I have him violating my rights in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida. Then I hit every president after George W. Bush, after I charged him with violating Amendment 14, Section 1, 2, and 3, that says that no more elections be held until the state of Florida recognized King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. of Four Castles Incorporated, who was coronated king inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. See, so once I established myself, then I was established as myself. So then I established my kingdom as Four Castles Incorporated, just like this king of Assyria. So if I have established my kingdom in the place where justice establishes innocence, then has not my kingdom been established legally because of my innocence? See, so I, being innocent of the charges that was charged against me, then fulfill the covenant, which was an oath given to me by the United States government when I became property of the United States Navy, when I was 18 years old, and they gave me a contract to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, for which I did in Desert Storm. We was at war, right? So I then defended the Constitution in time of war against a foreign enemy. Then a domestic enemy came and seized my property against the Constitution, and then I had to go back into the service of my country and then defend the Florida Constitution, which is the place of my birth, my wife's birth, and my two children's birth. And then I had to defend the United States Constitution from the domestic enemies of the Florida Constitution and the United States Constitution, in accordance with my Florida Bill of Rights and my United States Bill of Rights, coupled with the oath that the United States of America gave to me before I became a veteran of the United States Navy. Now, see, that's all my story. That's my history. Now, how can you then demote me if I lived up to the oath? How can you take my rights that I defended in self-defense of you taking my rights, state of Florida. So now I'm telling your citizens what you did in their name, and then I'm telling them I'm the judge. They don't believe it, but now I'm telling them according to what President Abraham Lincoln said when he emancipated my ancestors in 1863, when he then, after the Civil War, they came up with the 13th, the 14th, the 15th, and the 16th Amendments that I'm now using to now levy a tax. So, and I'm also reporting the crime of my son being murdered in the state of Florida by a citizen in the state of Florida, for whom now is an indicted co-conspirator in the murder of King Tommy Chancey Counselor Jr. of Chancey Incorporated. See, because you stole his inheritance, state of Florida. So what I did to make sure that my children's inheritance, which is their parents, Tommy Chancey Counselor Sr. of Folk Houses Incorporated, and Queen Benita Elaine Epps Counselor of Folk Houses Incorporated. See, I created their own entity, their own territory, and I gave it my middle name. See, just like the king of Assyria would have gave his children territory. So see, then I gave them over 100 testimonies of their father, which is his Bible. It's over 100 books that justifies his rise to whatever level, whatever king or whatever, whomever is created, whomever come into this world and claim to be something greater than I am today. He have to go all the way back to August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. And then I got over 100 books that's over 200 pages each. So see, your books in the Bible is what, 21 books, and they just little paragraphs. See, my books is whole books, 193 pages. But that's when it's in like 9 to 10 font. When it's in 18 font, like I wrote it, it's 300 and at least 305 pages. That's at $8 a page. So see, when they shrink it, then that's why it becomes 1,500. But if they put it what I had it, it would be 3,000. See, but you know, like I say, value is history, but history that's stolen have value that's hidden. See, so that's why I am uncovering from exile, because now this is Israel exile because of Latra. Wait. Let me see this shit. Hold on, let me show you what. But I looked it up, but I knew it was gonna mess me up. Well, I'm telling you, I'm bad with names, boy. And so that's why it's funny, cause pronouncing stuff ain't never been, cause I really never cared, to be honest with you. And so but my mama was trying to tell me, so that's why I laugh, because she was trying to tell me. Well, let me show you.
Idolatry.
Yeah, idolatry. What I said, so you'll know what I said, but idolatry, right? Now this is exile. This chapter here, man, I'm gonna go down to, it's gonna go a little bit over, but I'm gonna read it, and it goes to 23. So it's 5 to 23, and it's called Israel exile because of idolatry, right? For which is defined as, and this is what America is doing, the worship of a physical object as a god. See, that's a book, a Bible. See, that's by man. See what I'm saying? And it ain't even by the God that wrote it, only the Torah. Everything else is about somebody else's story. Moses, Daniel, Job, they talk about themselves. According to the scriptures, Job is telling you what happened to him. Moses is telling you what happened to him. Daniel is telling you what happened to him, like I'm telling you what happened to me. And I'm saying because it happened to me, then I'm now trying to show you what I thought I was helping you with when I was in darkness and I had to bring the light. So now this is idolatry, right? Is immoderate attachment of devotion to something. So, right? Now let me say immoderate. Now, I don't know. Let me see.
Immoderate.
I was right. Immoderate. Now, it's exceeding just, usual, or suitable bounds. See, so now when they violated the Constitution, they exceeded the legal bounds given to them. So now, if I wouldn't have known my legal rights, then I would have allowed them to limit me in my life's pursuit of happiness. So since I was born light, now I pursued the knowledge, so when I give enlightenment, it will be accompanied by the scriptures, scriptures, statutes, and everything to show you the validity in it, right? So I'm showing you the value of the knowledge by saving myself with it. So I'm saying if I had to have a lawyer, now the lawyer would have had to put in the hours that I had to put in to come up with 100 books. And the lawyer would have had to go up against presidents, would have had to go up against governors, would have had to go up against senators, House of Representatives, see, and the lawyer would have lost their license to practice. So see, the lawyer's way of life would have been in jeopardy because I'm light. So that's what happened with my lawyer. Because I'm light, the lawyer got off the case, and now I am given the evidence of my enlightenment. See how I became light that gathered evidence to enlighten not only my children, but my children's children. Now, if I am a father, right, why would I not be a father to all? If I am a husband, why wouldn't I be a husband to all? Right? Not physically. See, this is what I'm telling you about idolatry. See, the worship of a physical object. See, I'm not physical. I'm a legal body. See, you don't get my human body. That's my wife's. See what I'm saying? But you get my legal body because you are a widow. Even if you have a husband, he wouldn't have known how to save you. So you would have been a widow. You see? So my wife would have been a widow if they would have killed me. So see, if I can't get back to my wife in my physical object, as a physical object, see, I came to my wife as a legal body, as a historical body, as a biblical body, as a religious body, as a spiritual body, as a financial body, as a mental body, and as a federal body. See, but she is the only one that get to physically have me because she married me. See, so when I saw that she could have been without me, I saw her as every widow. See, because if I couldn't have came back out of court, she would have been a widow or she would have been a divorcee, because I would have been messed up and had to spend the rest of my life in prison. So see, if I didn't win my life, it was no more marriage to come back to. See, that's what I was telling my wife. See, if I don't win myself, I can't give myself. But listen, I'm gonna come back on that one because, like I say, it's 34, and I don't want it to be too long.